If you ever looked at your job and thought, there's got to be more to life than this, you are not alone. I used to work in banking, and while it paid the bills, it left me drained, uninspired, and stuck in a cycle I didn't want to be in. Now, I'm a full-time video editor, doing work I enjoy doing, with more freedom and yes, a lot more peace of mind. But how did I get here? That is what this video is all about. This video is divided into 4 main parts, and each one of them will help you understand your job situation better and what to do if you're feeling stuck and unhappy. Here's the breakdown. Number 1 is understanding the job satisfaction. What really makes the job satisfying beyond salary and perks? Number 2 is the parts to consider if you hate your job. There's short-term fixes, long-term strategy, and exit plan. Number 3 is actionable steps that you can apply today. These are real-life methods I used to improve and to eventually transition. Number 4 is how to build a future without quitting overnight. Okay, this is a realistic approach that really worked for me. Part 1 is understanding the job's satisfaction. Now, let's talk about what makes a job satisfying. And spoiler alert, it's not only about salary, a fancy title, or cool office perks. According to Daniel Pink, there are 3 pillars of intrinsic motivation, the kind that makes you want to do your job even without external rewards. And it's in form of the following. Number 1, autonomy. This is the freedom to choose how you want to work. Number 2 is mastery. And mastery is the satisfaction of getting better at doing something. And number 3 is purpose. That is knowing that your work contributes to something meaningful. In my banking job, I had very little autonomy. It was all systems, rules, and routines. There was no room to grow or feel creative. And that is what made me start exploring new skills, which eventually led me to start learning video editing. He says you don't necessarily need passion first. What you need is career capital, and that is becoming really good at something of value. Once you have that, you can start trading it for freedom, flexibility, and fulfillment. Part 2 is the 3 paths for those people who hate their jobs. When you hate your job, there are 3 paths you can explore. Number 1 is the short-term path, whereby you can make small changes to make your current job more tolerable. Number 2 is the long-term path, and this involves building skills that gives you more control. And at number 3 is the exit path, and this is a thoughtful transition towards something else. Not every situation is under your control. Toxic environments, poor leadership, financial pressure, but some things are, and that's where you need to start. Part 3 is the short-term path and the tactical changes that you can make in your life. Short-term changes can reduce stress and improve your daily work experiences. So let's go deeper. Strategy 1 is the energy calendar. You can track your tasks by energy. What energizes you? What drains you? Color code your calendar and start adjusting your workflow. Small habits help me identify the most frustrating parts of my job and make minor tweaks to reduce stress in my work. Strategy number 2 is job crafting. Change your role from within. A friend in the medical field started tinkering with digital hospital applications in her spare time, and eventually that turned to be a fulfilling part-time role. The key is to find little pockets of work that give you energy, even if it's not officially your job descriptions. Part 4 is the long-term path or career capital. This is where the real changes begins. You can do this by building values in a way that eventually gives you options. Strategy 3 is swallow the frog for the boss. Find tasks that your bosses hate and be good at them. It might sound unglamorous, but it's a shortcut to becoming indispensable. And indispensable people get freedom, raises, and growth opportunities. Strategy 4 is be the figure it out person. Develop a reputation for solving problems. Whether it's a new tool, a client request, or a process glitch, be the person who can figure things out. In the age, money is important, but so is exposure, learning, networking, and access to opportunities. In my early days, I edited videos for free to build a portfolio. That led to paid projects, referrals, and eventually a career. Strategy 6 is dive through the cracked door. Opportunities don't always show up fully formed. Sometimes it's a tiny favor, a random conversation, or a DM. One cracked door can change your life if you are paying attention. Part 5 is the exit path or the strategic transition. Quitting your job sounds dramatic, but I'm not saying that you should drop everything today. Instead, build an exit ramp. Here is how I did it. Number 1 is I learned editing through free tutorials. Secondly, I practiced daily after work and on the weekends. Then I built a small portfolio and took side clients for extra income. Then I saved up an emergency buffer and I eventually made the jump when the momentum had built up. You need to understand that your day job can fund your dream job. That is, if you play your cards right. To wrap up things, you don't need a magic idea or grand plan. You need a direction, a system, and small, consistent steps. And by that I mean what you can now. Secondly is to build value and skills for the future. And then you need to look for opportunities and transition wisely and not impulsively. That is why, for me, the path led me to video editing, something I love and get paid for. But your path may be different, and that's okay. If this video gave you clarity or a spark of inspiration, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and drop a comment. I would love to hear at what stage you are right now. And if you want to know how I got my first editing client, how to price your work, or how to build a freelancing career, just say the word and I'm going to do a video for that. Thank you for watching. Your future doesn't have to look like your past. Let's build something better together.